Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome back to the Forgotten City. The reason I put this game down for a few weeks is the creator and author and writer, or the lead at least, Nick Pierce, the creator of the original Skyrim mod. He emailed me, he said, don't play anything further than a certain area of the game, because I don't want there to be spoilers out there. So I didn't, and it's been a few weeks, so now I'm going to carry on with it. In the last episode, we ran around, got spooked by a bunch of skeletons, and we found ourselves in this room where Navia...
Make her gold, or I'll make us all gold.
As well aptly put, wants us to turn Galatia back into gold. And I floundered around because I wasn't taught that if you double tap the left key on the D-pad, that gives you the bow.
We'll all be golden together.
There you go, I did it for you.
You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you, thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I believe there are a few things in there which may be useful to Lucretia.
Okay. A chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I'll take that.
Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there.
Lovely, thank you very much. Goodbye, Navia.
And never return.
I really don't like you. Give me the heebie-jeebies. You're a massive creep. But, fair play. I used the bow, he gave me the goal. Oh, this loading screen. Alright, back in action. The reflections in this game are very pretty. Okay, front of the palace. Zip line. Oof. That looked like it was painful. Okay, we've got a lead resolved. Bring up our journal. Complete. The gilding. So we've done that. We've got the bow. We've got the key. We've got a bunch of active leads. And I'm not sure which we should go for. Democracy in action. Water under the bridge. Breaking into the sewers seems fun. I like that a lot. We could go have a chat with SENTIUS and tell him all of the people that may or may not be about to break the rules. We'll have a chat with him, we'll see what he thinks. Or we'll just break into the sewers. She'll guide me. Alright, creep.
Hey, you're not thinking about
going into it wouldn't be
sister,
that easy, would it? I know about your creature, don't worry about me.
Well, it's your funeral.
Oh, okay, so it is actually that easy. Oh, another little loading jump. I get a couple of these throughout this gameplay, not many. Okay, there's something down here that needs to be turned to gold. Yeah. Oh, fuck that thing. Is there just the one? Or could it be that there's more? Crushed creature. An emaciated human-like creature spattered in gold that seems to be crushed to death, entering the cistern from the cave beyond. Oh. We'll turn it gold, just so it's not suffering as much. So everything's trying to get to the sewers. That leads me to think that the sewers are potentially like the ending of the game. Oh, a bunch of arrows. We'll take them. Like, this is the place that you had to get strong enough to get there. Oh, you creepy thing, man. A lunar pendant. A Latin inscription which reads, Sentia Def. Sentia Def. Oh, you creepy lady. Okay. That's where we came in. So this will be how you get to the upper system. So I'll have a look whilst that spreads. What may or may not be down here. Oh, this is back to the island with the statue on it. Okay. So, to the upper system we go. It's a weird climbing mechanic. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was an uncomfortable jump. Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, okay, we made it, we made it. Oh. Oh, okay, we're up. Roll them. Oh my god, there's somebody there. They're actually straight up chained up in here. Are you okay?
You? Who are you? Did he send you?
Oh!
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back.
What's going on?
I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key.
How has this not broken the rules?
I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either.
Okay, where's the way out?
Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key.
Who exactly did this?
SENTIUS, my adoptive father. Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him.
Alright, what's going on if I let you out?
I'm going to take that key from around his neck.
Oh my god, you can't break the rules!
Cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out. Help me, and we can escape together.
What about everybody else?
There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What did you say?
I feel like we need to save everybody. Round up everyone so they're ready to escape. Then we'll go together.
There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick, you have to let me go. It's now or never.
Then it's gotta be never. I can't let everybody fucking
No.
die.
You can't just leave me
Also,
here.
she might be lying.
How can you be so heartless?
Listen, I'm gonna go talk to him. We'll see what happens.
It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you, he's a monster. Please,
Listen, I need to try.
you're making a mistake.
Wait, she said that the monster's coming. I don't see or hear no monster. So this is your Aqueduct Exit then. Good to know. How does he get in and out of here? Oh man, there's one of those things here. And this one's head doesn't move. Do we just jump? Okay, we're just gonna jump. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh, there's some statues down here. Alright, we'll get our breath back. We'll have a look at these statues that are down here, because that's interesting. Young Roman man. A woman at the baths. Throwing her hands to surrender. Greeting or surrendering. Alright, some people are giving up something. I've got to climb up these a little bit and jump off them. She made out as if Sentius was in the room coming to get him. That wasn't true, so I feel like she might be lying about some other stuff. We were thinking about having a chat with Sentius anyway. It's loading the city. I couldn't see it through the gap in the door. That's quite funny.
So you survived the system. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
Alright, chill out, bro. To be fair, he is outside. I don't think I've seen him outside before.
Citizen, we're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Grass, we talked this all before.
Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed. And you had to start over.
Sure did.
Is that about right? If so, what happened?
Had this conversation too. I'm in a hurry. I couldn't stop it from being broken.
Ah, I see. Look, it's unfortunate. All that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time. Now, I assume you've sought me out again for a reason.
What the fuck's going on with Scintilla?
What are you talking about?
Keeping her tied up in the cistern.
You know, you remind me of him.
Who?
Al Worth, the fellow who came through the portal before you.
You remember him?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything.
What the fuck? This guy's sinister as hell.
My connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow.
Oh shit, that's that guy
The
outside
next time
then.
I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean, you've lived through the day, what, 5 times? Extremely.
Oh wow, dialogue
And
for the
yet
number of
everything you've
times.
done has been in vain, because there's no escape, except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about
But
it?
why did you do it?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, The sun on my face, the music of birds chirping.
What the
And as long as this day
fuck?
keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
What the fuck? Give me the key, bro.
And why would I agree to that?
What's stopped me taking it by force? That's the golden rule. If you don't hand it over, you might have an uprising. He doesn't care, it'll reset. It's the right thing to do. He doesn't care. I already know the answer to these 3 things, but I'll ask a couple of them anyway.
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies. The only way you're getting this key is over my dead body. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time. So if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so, and you being here will be an impossibility. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here, and you'll never be able to undo it. Is that what you want?
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's more complex than I thought it was.
You and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions.
Nobody cares.
Me.
Oh,
Understand
man.
that to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot. And you're no longer useful.
Oh. Okay.
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me.
I'll find a way to get out. I'll do it.
Going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
We're not in your villa, shitlord. They could turn around, speak to him again.
I told you to get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
Okay, so we may have dropped the ball too early in telling him what's going on there, because we could have or should have mentioned that some people were acting suspiciously. I love what this setup, the Forgotten City and its riders have always done well, is appealing to player choices. I've been in here for 5 days, so it said to me, you've been here 5 times. That's cool! I dig that so much. She's in here now.
A new face, Ave, and may Vesta watch over.
Oh no, she's forgotten me, everybody has.
To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Do you know a way out? How do I talk to whoever? God. Okay, we'll talk to her about the patterns.
Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me, but you've come to the right person. Did you find a pattern then? What have you noticed?
We've got all sorts of stuff. We've got rivers, coins, memory lapses.
That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. What else?
River.
Yes. I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else?
Coins.
Yes. I suppose that could be something. But then most of us do tend to carry coins on our person, don't we? It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. Let me ask you this. Did you happen to encounter a stranger in the forest before you arrived here?
Sure did.
And did you happen to catch her name? I see. And was this Karen, by any chance, wearing a hood?
I think so.
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
Alright.
Follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Alright, chill out, buddy. Oh, it says tap A to follow the guide, but it's actually hold A. Just small things like that here and there. It's their first time making a big game. They're doing their best, okay? And I think they've done a good job. Just a couple of little things here and there. I love the push doors. I mean, she's guiding me right now. These baths are nice. I've not been in here before, I don't think. If I have, I've forgotten. No, those aren't arrows. Oh, they're all looking at me. Okay, cool baths, bro. And then what?
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood.
Yep.
Look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light.
I see
Maybe you
nothing.
can see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
Alright, we're in the underworld, boys.
It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
Alright, so first of all, harkening back to the very first episode of this game, Karen introduced themselves, and I'm like, really? A Karen joke in 2021? This is lowbrow humor, it's garbage, it's weird, why have you put this in this game? Blah blah blah, I'm gonna keep playing it anyway and hope that it improves. The fucking payoff of that wordplay, of that little linguistic trick right there. You know what, Nick? Shout out to you, man. You played me, hook, line, and sinker. You threw it out there, you reeled me in, you baited me, I talked some smack, and it turns out that, sure enough, it is I that's the idiot. Well done. Very, very good. I'm actually so into that. That's so good. Alright, what can you tell me about Karen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd helped the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks.
cool. Why didn't you all recognize them?
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises.
Fair play.
You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
Alright, how come there's no one down here?
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us, and that might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
Okay, so what's up with the coins? I'm down with that. Why were you trying to keep this from me? I mean, they didn't know.
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help. I promise you.
I hope you're ready to figure it out over and over again as I continue to fail more days.
In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
Me neither. Alright.
Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
Alright. Alright. Why are you avoiding the name?
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Alright, I'm not scared of Pluto. His planet's not even a planet anymore. It's just a comet.
Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from? Oh. That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor.
Shots fired.
You are no Hercules.
Alright, I got a few tricks up my sleeve.
You do seem different to anyone I've ever met. And even that lamp of yours looks like something Prometheus might have stolen from the gods. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day.
Probably not.
First, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine.
Alright, hidden plaques, I can find those.
And replace all 4 of those missing plaques. I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again. It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4
Okay,
different...
yeah, you've said this like 5 times now.
Greek,
Come on.
Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
Alright. Oh my god, you want me to ask about all 4 of these individually? Alright, I'm calling it here. This has gone on long enough. Thank you guys for joining me on this episode of The Forgotten City. We got some huge reveals. We got a huge reveal about the guy who runs the place actually being the bad guy. And we got a huge reveal about the underworld, the gods that are within it, which we all had a hunch towards, but this puts it confirmed. This means it's now canon, and we need to work on some stuff to hopefully find a way to save all of these people except the asshole guy at the top of the villa. But thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.